Instagram. Do you know what traits of Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, and Steve Jobs have in common? Each one of them created their own path and traveled on a road that has never been thought of. As Mark Zuckerberg said, the biggest risk is not taking any risk. And in a world that is changing really quickly, one thing that is guaranteed to fail is not taking any risks. Risk-taking is the most important thing in our lives. To illustrate this importance, I have two stories from two different people. Gabby Douglas is the first African American to win the individual all-around event at 2012 Summer Games. Her father left them when she was only 9 years old. They were poor and homeless. Her mother tried to take care of her 4 children with a very limited finances. She encouraged them to go for their dreams. So she made a goal planner, a pin board for them, and they write their motivated quotes and wishes on the pin board. At the age of 3, Gabby learned a straight, perfect cartwheel from her sister Ariel. At the age of 4, she learned a one-handed cartwheel by herself. At the age of 6, with her sister's encouragement, she went to the gymnasium practices. One day, when she was practicing in the gymnasium, Leon Cho came and asked a few moves for the students. Leon Cho is a very famous gymnast and he prepares his students for the Olympics. Leon Cho was very impressed with Gabby, and when he returned to Iowa, he found a host family for Gabby, and he gave an opportunity to Gabby. Gabby either could go to Iowa and spend 2 years with a host family, or she could either continue to his normal life in Virginia with her family. But she chose the hard way, and she got to Iowa and spent 2 years with a host family because she had dreams. She wanted to be an Olympian. She didn't know that she would be the only African American in Iowa. And day by day, she started to missing her family a lot. These difficulties made her strengthen. When she was competing or when she was practicing in the gymnasium, she heard her family's voices in her head. Even though when she wanted to quit, she didn't quit because she felt a responsibility towards her family. And if Gabby hadn't taken the risk and go to Iowa and spent 2 years with a host family that she didn't know, she wouldn't be an Olympian. The reason she chose the hard way, because she had dreams, and she saw a light at the end of his risky trip. Now, let's move on to my story. When I was a child, I had lots of dreams. One of my dreams was to go to Istanbul for my high school education. To carry out my dream, like Gabby, I took the road less traveled and came here to Istanbul from Izmir. Unlike Gabby, I was 14 years old and I'm living with my family. Leaving my friends and all of my memories behind was really difficult for me. And when I was first coming to Istanbul, I felt a little bit nervous and excited. Compared to Istanbul, Izmir is a really small city. Besides my high school dream, I also played basketball. When I was 12 years old, we became the first in Izmir and in the Aegean region. In our first basketball practice, our coach said, if you want to be the champions, you have to put all of your effort and all of your heart on playing basketball. First, we laughed a lot, but after, when we really put our effort and heart on playing basketball, we believed that we can be the champions. We started to train lots of hours. We started to train 4 or 5 days in a week. We even meet outside for lunch and breakfasts. We had a lucky song called My Life. And we became the first in Izmir and in the Aegean region. I experienced my first disappointment when I came here to Istanbul, that I understand that there was no girls basketball team in my school. I tried to talk and encourage my PE teacher, my dean and counselor, to open the girls basketball team. But they said that they will be able to open the girls' basketball team when more students come to our school, because our school is a new school. And almost in every PE lesson, we talked with our PE teacher, and he tried to encourage me to play with the boys. To be honest, playing with the boys was really fun, but due to their physical advantages, it was really hard for me. But day by day, my self-confidence boosted, and I became stronger than I had been. And I opened the girls' basketball team in my school. Now, we already had 4 games, and some of the games that we lost was against my old school, and we lost 60. It was really hard for me because they were my old teammates. And at the end of the match, they came and said, if we did something accidentally to hurt you, we're really sorry. And we started to cry. And if I hadn't taken the risk and came here to Istanbul, I wouldn't have a chance to improve my basketball skills and my high school dreams, and I couldn't achieve my high school dreams. If you don't take risks, you will never know. Well, if you try your best and to take risks in your life, you may accomplish. Thank you.